949 WATD.
Like I'm winning the poop. Yo, 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 yo. B949 WATV. Welcome to the show. I am Lady Woo. Happy Sunday to each of you. We're live. We're in the building. There have been a few weeks in between us, but we are all back together. Hey, guys.
What's happening?
Awesome. Y'all, big show tonight. A whole lot to talk about. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're watching and coming on in on the live, come on in, like it, share it. Hello to all of you who are already in. Cal, Courtney, Rod, Anna, Cal again. Thank you, Cal. So yeah, share it. Let people know to tune in. We got a lot to talk about. The messy, magnificent Magic City. We're gonna dive and dump in the Trumpster. Yeah, like that. We're gonna dive in the Trumpster. Hey, Mariella. How are you, Miss Chambers? We are going to talk about the holidays. One has passed, one is coming. So that means it's still the holiday season. So we're going to talk about the holiday season and some different things that you can be a part of. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. Tell everybody, bring them on in. And we have special guests in the studio. We got family in the building. Everybody is connected. So we're going to get into that in just a few minutes. Gentlemen, it's been a minute. Welcome back, both of you.
What's good?
Are you happy to be here?
Yes, I am.
So how were your holidays? Thanksgiving has happened. How was that for y'all?
Thanksgiving was good.
Okay.
I've just been traveling these 3 weeks between the conference, between Thanksgiving and then just regular vacation. So I'm just pulling up here from New Orleans.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah.
Did you do Bourbon Street?
Yes.
Did you drink?
No.
Did you eat?
Yes.
Did you show your... That's just...
They had that. The requirements is low.
Oh.
Got B's for very little reciprocation.
Didn't take much, huh? No. Cool. I mean, I'm going to try to do that for Mardi Gras this year. We normally do Mobile, but I think New Orleans is going to be the move this year. Hey, what about you?
Man, had a blast for the Thanksgiving break. Went cruising, man, for the first time. So
your first cruise.
First cruise.
Thank you for our gifts. Okay. How was that for you?
Lovely.
Really? So no motion sickness, no none of that?
None of that.
Just everything was good?
Lovely.
Did you do all that eating stuff?
All that eating, gained 13 pounds.
You lying?
I lying it all.
Really?
They told me I was 205 coming back home.
Wait, you heard that little last part. Wait, really?
Yeah. So, yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Had the whole fam. Well, not the whole, but we had about maybe 25 people from the fam. So we was able to
do something different. I love that. Awesome. Thanksgiving, cool. It was cool. I hosted. My family is smaller now, and then everybody kind of, like you do what you're going to do with your immediate core, and then you try to spend time with others. But by the time you host, it's just like good night. That's it. That's all. I don't have to see any more of that kind of food again. I really don't. I'm grateful. All right. Ladarius, how about you? How were your holidays?
Oh, it was good. I was with family. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about Thanksgiving just briefly, but this is a whole season. So trust and believe the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas, we'll talk about and share some tips for the holiday season. I know a lot of people have different issues and concerns when it comes to the holiday season because it's a time for family. And some families are dysfunctional, just being honest. and awkward. I saw a whole news article about awkward families around the holidays. And we got to talk about it. Then those that are grieving, those who have lost loved ones and don't really, they haven't adjusted yet. They don't know what to do to adjust. They don't want to move. I don't want to move on. We don't want to do. Okay. So we'll be sharing some tips and tools with you and just kind of talking through the holidays, what that can look like. So for the first week, this week, with us being back, I did want to spend a few minutes and talk about doing something different. And that's going to lead me into our special guest that we're introducing tonight. So did you all do, or are you thinking about doing anything different? Because now we're the adults. We are those adults now. And I remember back in the day, like, it seems like yesterday, I was the kid. It was a children's table. Ain't no children's table because it's just like two children. So have you all thought about how to make the holidays different, more enjoyable, or just, like, I almost feel like the holidays now, how I felt about the election.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead, dive in.
Not really, not for me. Capitalism is making it hard to be creative.
Okay.
The cost of all of this stuff that's rising. When you talk about groceries, it's just being hard to get creative at how to, bring the family together the way you used to, buying less and stuff. So for me, it's more about engaging, conversation, dialogue. Because when I get with a family, I'm asking questions about their past. I'm asking which one of y'all got the worst whooping growing up.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
have a debate. So for me, that's been the holidays since I've been an adult, really.
Okay.
So for me, it's really nothing new. It's just more engagement, more dialogue, asking my aunts and uncles questions about my grandparents and things of that nature. So
Okay.
just getting out of the scope of the physical aspect of it and more into the engaging with my family.
I like that. I do like that. And I like those conversations as opposed to the conversations that we're always privy to. Like, we always talk about what's wrong and, this is that and these people. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to talk about that all the time. I want to talk about what you just said. I want to talk about back in the day, or how we can come together and get this money or something, or some type of family planning or something, let's do that. Let's have some fun. So I like to lighten the mood, and that's sometimes a challenge.
Yeah.
So something different, like any traditions that you all may be starting, or just something that you can give people to think about, at least a new thought for the holidays.
For me this year, I hosted my family outside of like a house. Like, we usually at somebody's house. We did like Whitney Simone's Kitchen. We just got the whole restaurant for Thanksgiving, and I feel like that was like I feel like Thanksgiving can get a little traditional. It was still traditional in some aspects, but it was kind of different a little bit, because I want us to start doing more of things outside of just the house, like maybe a trip eventually. Breaking, like, changing the tradition just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So going somewhere, like taking it doesn't have to be at somebody's house.
It doesn't have to be out of town, but it could just be somewhere
like
different.
an event center or something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. What you got?
Kind of like you. We did that for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
We would rent like the embassy and do just a big old potluck and just be a good time to get together. And so last year we rented the industrial alumni building in Fairfield, and they planned this trip to get out, and I absolutely loved it. Told them, let's go ahead and plan for Christmas next year. I can do Christmas on the boat. Just trying to break the monotony of some customs, because they get stale.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so lively. We dressed all in white, man. It was just beautiful. Just like, it was like refreshing.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the things we want to do this time is to get more people, right? And just forget the family reunions, just planning for every 2 years or whatnot. It's a reunion every year.
Absolutely. I like that.
Now, I will say this though.
What up?
When I got to some of the islands, they straight skipped Thanksgiving.
Well, so what were they doing?
Straight Christmas time. It's already there.
More so than here?
Yeah. Ain't no Thanksgiving, nothing going on. So yeah, that was
Really?
interesting. Yeah.
Why?
I love Christmas.
I do too, but like, it's like this is the prerequisite to Christmas. It's like, Christmas is about giving. I mean, Christmas is about getting, because people have kind of taken out the real meaning of Christmas, and then people don't believe no more. So like, You know, I don't know. They like decorations, and I don't know what they think Christmas is about. But Thanksgiving is pretty clear what we've made it be about.
Yeah.
Right? It's about being grateful. It's about family. That's exactly what it's about. That's it. You don't have to buy anything but the food for Thanksgiving. So that's why I'm like, you talk about the real meaning of Christmas, but what about the real meaning of giving thanks? That's the problem. Y'all ungrateful. So yeah, to all of our listeners and viewers, there's a question on the screen. What traditions are you starting? What are you looking forward to doing with your family? Hey, Victor, good evening. Hello, Elishanda, good evening to you. What are you trying to do to, we're the adults. You may not be cleaning chitlins, but you may like be making a Christmas rotel, or I don't know what you're doing. What is it that you're doing? Are you playing games? Do you have karaoke with your cousins? What do you do? So that's what the question is right now. While we get on over to introducing this month, tonight, this week, Ladarius Hutcherson, one of our favorite cousins around here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Indeed. So we've been seeing you and hearing you and watching you eat and chew for several months now, and this has become a thing. Like, you are now the go-to person for where to eat, what to do.
Yes.
So, first of all, how did this happen? Just tell us how it happened, then we'll go back into who you are.
Okay. Well, I actually was just going around the city doing videos and just hanging out with my friends, just, posting content like anybody else would. And then I went to Ruth's Place. It used to be in Irondale.
I used to be out there on Thursdays for karaoke.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so I went there. I did a video for that. I wasn't even going to do a video while I was there because to me, it's just, I was like,
I'm eating.
Special, but yeah. But my friend told me to record it or whatever, and I did. And it went viral, like super viral.
That was the first one?
Very first one. Well, I had done videos before that, but that was the first one to kind of go viral. And then from there, I just kind of went with it. Like, I'm like, okay, well, people obviously like this for some reason. I mean, I've seen a lot of other people do it, but I'm like, for some reason, people like it. So let me just keep going.
And that was just it. I'm just eating and talking about it.
But then it started turning into more of just like eating. It started turning into like different places, like hotels and different experiences outside of just food or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I can make this a real thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we do it anyway. So when somebody does it and the people actually pay attention and listen, you got something.
Yeah.
So tell us about you. Where you from?
I'm from Birmingham. I'm from the north side.
Oh, you from the north.
Yeah. No, for sure. I graduated from Carver High School. Graduated from Jacksonville State University.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay. Look at 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta let it be known. But I'm also in school working on my doctorate.
Yes, sir. Oh, we can talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm from right here.
Okay. Yeah. So right here, Birmingham boy.
Mm-hmm.
And content creation. So one thing we know about content creating, you're just living. Basically, I'm just living my life and I record it and I post it. And if something happens, something happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Was that your intention?
No, honestly. Well, so like back in 2015, I had I wanted to become a YouTuber. Like that was back in the era where everybody wanted to be on YouTube. So I attempted to be a YouTuber. It just it wasn't really my thing. And so I always just been really creative in like different aspects of my life.
Okay.
So content creating is not a surprise for me, but it wasn't like my intentions when it happened.
This was not like I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. This is the one. It wasn't that.
No, but when it happened, I'm like, this is a business.
Amen. Okay.
And I love it now. So it kind of all worked out the way it was supposed to.
That's what's up. So when you think about like I am one of the influencers and you're finding these places, and I'm quite sure now places are calling you to come and help them open because people are paying attention to you. Do you ever want to gatekeep? Because I'm an influencer that be want to gatekeep. I'm not telling you where I went.
Sometimes I'm like, well, I do like me a little spot where I can just go. It's not like a lot of traffic and stuff like that or whatever. So in that sense, sometimes. And I still have some of those that I never worked with or never did a video for or whatever. But not really, because I kind of feel like, in a sense, now I'm kind of helping with, the economic growth in the city. And so I look at it from a different lens now than I did before. So now I don't really want to necessarily gatekeep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, you are listening to your favorite cousin, Ladarius Hutcherson, in the studio, talking about his experiences and the experiences that he shares with us on a daily basis on social media. So, like, content creation is a whole place. And there's a lot of magic that happens there, a lot of introductions that go on via social media. Everybody has their phone in their hand. They're trying to find something to do, something to engage in. When people travel, they want to know where to go. So you are really going places in the area.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, and I mean, I've had Atlanta reach out.
Okay.
Tuscaloosa. It's pretty much Birmingham and anything really surrounding it. I mean, I've even had people reach out from like New York and stuff. Of course, to me, it has to make sense for me to be able to do certain stuff. But yeah, no, it's outside of Birmingham. But local is really like probably I would say 90%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do other things too? You have a 9 to 5, or is this it now? Okay, so you still work, and then you said you're in school. So what's your background?
Marketing.
Okay, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, I know it all just kind of worked out. But I've been working in marketing since 2014.
Okay.
I went to school. I got a business degree, but my specialty wasn't marketing. I just kind of fell into that. My whole life, I feel like everything just kind of happened. Like I didn't expect to do marketing, but I love it.
Okay.
I couldn't see myself doing anything else, to be honest.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Guys, what y'all think?
Dope.
Very.
Yeah.
Because like when I tell you that, in this space, we all kind of share that same urge to live and experience and to share to a degree.
Yeah.
But then we see one of ours take off, and like now people, so well, cousin went this week. How did you come up with that?
So, basically, like I was, so I had been posting from maybe like August through, I want to say like October. But when this is 2022, and a girl had just wrote under one of my videos and was like, I feel like you're my family. I feel like we cousins. Like I feel like I'm having a conversation with my cousin or whatever. I was like, well,
yeah,
But then it kind of just sparked the idea, and I was like, the very next video, I was like, what's up, cousins? Really, I didn't intend for it to be like a really like a thing. I really honest to God, I didn't. I thought it was just a funny like thing. You know how you growing up, how we grow up. Everybody calls each other cousins or whatever. So I just did what was relatable, and I'm like, this could be a thing, and now it is.
So everything has been relatable, and it's been working. I'm gonna ask one more question, then I'm gonna turn it over to the guys for a minute.
Okay.
Your favorite review or introduction?
That's a hard. My favorite.
You don't like all them places. The one that really said it out, and it was like, oh, this is good for real. I like this.
Like recent or just overall over
like
time?
Of all time. Let's give you some things to rate this on. The customer service was great. They actually had. So let me tell you, I'm gonna say this before we go to that.
Okay.
Now, when you go, it looks like they set it out a little bit. Because then when we go, I'll be like, well, I kind of want what he had. That don't look like. Okay, you see what I'm saying? This is not the one, right? Give me this, because this is where I came.
Okay.
So that it needs to all match. It needs to make sense. And then
so you saying overall, like even not just from me, but from what the people are saying, like everybody has kind of had a similar experience.
From you first, and then maybe everybody. Yeah, like this is the one that I really enjoyed doing. It was really that for me.
It's a lot. A lot I can think about, but
I'm gonna give you a little time. Think about that.
Yeah, give me a second.
Like go back in your mental Rolodex about those flavors and the welcome, and think about all that. What y'all got?
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it would have to be Coleman, right?
Oh God.
You just been waiting. Like Coleman. So let's go back to it. You took a recent trip up the highway.
To Coleman.
Yeah. Did they call you, or you just decided you wanted to go be a colored cousin?
No, everybody think that. Like I done got like a million comments about that I was paid to be there. I wasn't.
You just really, I'm out here living. I want to go see.
I love Christmas. Like people think I'm really playing. Like it's just that simple. Like it could have been in, Ansley or anywhere. Like I would have went.
I want to go. So I missed it. I don't know what I was doing whatever day you posted it first. So what did you say first? Like, how did this start?
Okay, well, I started because the day before I went, I had said, "Is it really that bad in Coleman?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so people were under my comments. hundreds. I mean, it probably was almost like 1,000 comments of people telling me don't go. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, well, I never really listened to people. I always did what I wanted to do.
Okay, go ahead.
So I just went down there.
Okay. And that was that. Like, what they gonna do? So Coleman, Clanton. Those are two. Like, you just don't just really be going over there kicking it. So now you want to go over there? See?
No, I want to go there. No, I want to go there.
The big peach with the Confederate flag on the freeway.
Oh no. Mm-hmm. But see, honestly, let me just go ahead and say this because a lot of people were upset with me about going.
I'll play you some Christmas music. Okay, go ahead.
But I'm like, I wasn't doing it to make peace with them, or I wasn't doing it to befriend them, or I wasn't paid to be there. I wasn't fraternizing with nobody. I'm not meeting with the city officials, none of that. I'm just going down there to simply see what the Christmas Village was about. Now, I do understand the history of Coleman, and I understand like the seriousness of the history of Coleman, and I don't associate myself with that or agree with any of that at all. You know, my standpoint was, you know, it's 2024. You know, I am an advocate for the city of Birmingham. And so I would be a hypocrite if I said, well, no, I'm not going to go to Coleman because so many people have so many bad things to say about it, but so many people have so many bad things to say about Birmingham. Okay. And so I can't wear Birmingham on my back and say, well, no, y'all, I know we have a lot of things going on, but still come here, you know, and then not go somewhere else where people are saying stuff about. And I understand the history of it. That's not why I was going. It had nothing to do with the history. It was all really about like the little Christmas village. Yeah.
Dope. How was the Christmas village then?
It was nice, you know. It was dope. To be honest with you, I mean, I feel like if you're looking for something that really reminds you of like Christmas season or, you know, anything like that, that would be the place.
Okay. All right. Now Eddie's a foodie.
Okay.
Like he really is, and I'm sure he's been over there thinking about some things to talk to you about because you all share a lot, and he, you know, makes content. Okay. So chat away, guys.
No, I was just going to talk about like that traditional idea of wanting to be a YouTuber. Mm-hmm. But with YouTube, you still have to curate your own audience. Yeah. To where the difference in like TikTok and Reels and all of this stuff is they put a bunch of content in front of different people, right, and the ability to go viral out of the blue and not even know that that's what's going to happen and not planning for that to happen, and then craft a journey out of that is something that emerged, because that's what happened with my platform. I was just being silly on TikTok during the pandemic, posting about 7 videos a day, and one of them boosted me up to like a bunch of followers, and then it just kept going. And so out of the blue, and I'm like, I ain't expect this. So that surprise. It would have been great if it was in the food arena, you know, but I'm mental health, patriarchy, toxic masculinity. I'm talking about and challenging all of that.
So is that one of the things, to stay true to whatever your brand is, like whatever your thing is, that's what you need to focus on?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people, I mean, whatever you go, and that's, I guess, viral for, it's a thing that you really should kind of like stick with, at least initially.
Yeah.
Because of course your audience is gonna learn. Like, you could be multifaceted, but I think you just give them that over time. But whatever it is that they know you for from the beginning is what I would run with, because I mean, that's why they hear.
That's why we know you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would say have somewhat of a foundation from that, because people gonna pull you in all directions, and sometimes what goes viral is gonna try to pull you away from what got you that audience in the first place.
Right.
So figure out how far you're willing to go, and, you know, rein yourself in if you don't go out too far. It's kind of like businesses have mission statements, because, okay, does what we're trying to do fit into the mission statement of what we're doing? It's kind of like having your own version of that.
Look, or is it just working? So since it's working, we just gonna go with it. It's not even a part of the vision. It just happened. So let's go.
Yeah.
994-8949. Your favorite cousin is in the studio, getting ready for the holidays. And I figure like now was a great time, because this is what the holidays are about. People are looking for places to go. Yeah. They're eating, they're crafting, they're trying to find places to visit on their off days, all those type things. So what you're doing right now is actually a great compass for some. So where do you see yourself going with this long term? Is it, you know, hosting? Do you want to show like what do you want? Because I could put you in the van and ride you around. Let's go.
A show? Like what kind of show?
Like maybe, look at me producing for you. like a what you do, but actually going to a couple places. Like you may go somewhere and try all the barbecue. This place is known for this, and then give us review. Like live.
Well, I would like to do more like live things or whatever.
Mhm.
I definitely want to get more into like YouTube.
So it's still a goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now because I feel like I have a direction,
Okay.
and I have an audience, so it makes sense for me to do it. But I would like to do TV eventually.
Okay.
I got a concept in my head. I don't want to say. I'll tell y'all, but I don't want to say it on here because
Yeah, they don't
people.
need to know
Yeah,
that.
but
Okay.
I have an idea in my head of like something that I would want to do. Definitely more hosting.
Okay.
Big events, like curating my own events within the city. And that's already kind of in the works.
Yeah.
But having like staple events that I create,
Yeah.
that's here from now until the end of time, like that kind of. That's the type of things that I want to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Where do y'all want to go and eat? What have you seen? What videos have you seen? Just some words of encouragement. We are introducing. We've been talking to influencers and personalities and just people who make the Magic City magic over the past couple of weeks. And tonight in studio, you have Ladarius Hutcherson, everybody's favorite cousin, because he out here eating and
good too.
Yeah, like making it look real good. I was just so glad he don't be smacking. That would drive me nuts. So very mannerable with it too. It's just great. It's really great.
Thank you.
So you have something that's coming up where
Mhm.
you are actually giving. So you're not just a content creator. You're actually living a life and doing great things in the community.
Yeah.
What do you have coming up for your favorite season of Christmas?
Well, I'm doing a toy drive. I'm partnering with Ronald McDonald House Charity.
Yay. Okay.
And I am even before the influencing started, I used to do like toy drives and giveaways, give backs and different things like that. It's always just been like heavy on my heart to do that. But this year I wanted to partner with like a local charity that has a good cause.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate situations for the families that's in the Ronald McDonald House. So we got together and we made it happen.
Awesome. So the date and
sorry.
time for your event?
Well, so it's going on now through.
Okay.
We started November 13th through December 13th.
Awesome.
But the drop-off location is at the Boutwell Auditorium from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I love it. So new unwrapped
toys,
okay.
Yeah.
Girls and boys all ages to benefit the Ronald McDonald House. And
nothing in relation to weapons or nothing in relation to religion either. So
okay.
Those are the only like parameters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything else but gun, no toy Bibles, no grenades. Okay, cool. All right. So support the cause. We'll share the flyer on all of our social media so that you all can be a part of something great. And your social media, because that's where all of this happens.
Mm-hmm.
What and how and where can people find you?
Well, Instagram, LHood_, TikTok, LHood_, Facebook, Ladarius Hutcherson.
Awesome. So we'll share that. You can find him and see some of these reviews. What's the latest? What's out now? Oh, my bad.
Coleman.
Oh, so yeah, you can actually go and see Coleman.
No. Coleman is, amongst others, it's Armor House. I did that recently.
Okay.
I just posted one today with Rochelle's Coffee in Centerpoint, Alabama. So people. Yeah, I after the Coleman thing, I had to just get the content because I got a lot of content. I always have a lot of content. Okay. I'm like, let me get some other stuff out because I'm tired of having a conversation about Coleman.
I feel you. And you edit all your own stuff and you produce this stuff. So you okay, so that's a lot of work. So hats off to you. Continue doing what you're doing. Keep eating good. Next time you go somewhere that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real. Like
I will.
Absolutely.
I mean, I like to eat too. My guys like to eat as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And we'll come to the events and stuff. We can just be a whole happy family.
Please
we can do because we really like a good time. Ladarius Hutcherson, everybody in here being vital and in the community being vital. Once again, the details for the toy drive this year.
Drop-off location is at the Boutwell Auditorium, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This Friday coming up is the last day. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Friday is the last day. So get in, meet him, check him out. And then go and follow on all social media so that you can be in the know of what's happening. He is not gatekeeping at all. Everything is out for you to try and even tell him about the prices and what to get. So go and look at his page, all of his social media, and check him out. Thank you so much for spending time with us. You can hang around because we about to jump into the Trumpster.
Oh God, I'm gonna get off here today.
So we're gonna do that, but we're also gonna talk about things that have happened right here in the city. We're gonna keep it rolling. Birmingham be doing what it do, whatever that may be, being how they are. And on Friday night, the A.H. Parker Thundering Herd beat Sarah Land in the state championship game at Protective Stadium. And honestly, the whole city, no matter what school you went to, no matter any of that, like most of us were definitely rooting for, I was about to say Ramsey, rooting for Parker High School. They did their thing. We're proud of them. But then in true Birmingham fashion, there was room for infraction, complexity, verbal and vocal differences.
Yeah.
For the children playing football and winning. And then the issue was that y'all didn't show this much support when Ramsey won. Really, when Ramsey won. That's what a lot of people were saying.
Winona.
Oh, Winona said something too?
Yeah. Once it got started, yeah.
So everybody said something. It's 7 schools in the city. Everybody had something to say.
I guess it's just
the ones that win.
Yeah. You got to look at it from a holistic point of view.
Okay, let's look at it holistically.
Okay. So
let me change the music so we can see it holistically.
When I woke up that Saturday morning, I saw a post and I was just like, I can't believe this. Like, how in the world could you even say this now? It's like so bad timing, right? Let these boys have their flowers. They've worked hard. They put in the blood, sweat, and tears, all the sweat equity to have this moment. And how would we? Because it's congrats, but. And so when I saw it, I said, well, that 2 things can be true.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But timing is everything,
Absolutely.
in my opinion. So the conversation is simply, the city turned the lights and all of the fanfare, but people fail to realize this is the oldest HB high school in America. 1, 2. Everybody went to Parker.
Somebody's everybody, right?
Everybody. So their alumni is crazy deep, right? So you can't compare.
Where you can't compete.
You can't compare. Like there's the only other high school in our city is JO, right? That could have that claim, but the rest of them used to be European.
And if you're gonna talk about JO, you got to go and you got to be clear to say it was Western when all of this even started, right?
So, but I saw it, and like with the Winona thing, when I started seeing Winona, like, yeah, that's right. It was like the city just kind of overlooked, but they, their accomplishment, and some of the kids were saying it. This what I guess got my attention. Some of the kids was like, it's like we did it for nothing, and then we claimed for the city, right?
Okay.
And so, but like I said, 2 things can be true at the same time. Nobody's right or wrong. I just think timing was super bad. I think it came off it to me as hater. It gave me hater vibes, right?
It's giving hater.
But then I saw that it must have got out because I see Parker's athletic page have shared. I've seen some of the coaches and players have shared, and it's just like, I how dare you spoil their moment with your jealousy, like.
And then I would say this, like, social media will have you thinking that like one person said a thing and then that was the thing for everybody. And it did kind of become that, like, everybody just they we'll go to this one post right here, and that's the post that gets it all started.
We'll screenshot it.
Okay. So you get the screenshot going, and then everybody has their take on it. But I will say this, high school and even college athletics these are children. That's the first thing. And that's the first thing. My daughter's a cheerleader, and I often I talk about that. I want this to be something that she enjoys. Our children should enjoy this and then benefit from it, right? Like, we should be happy when they're doing something positive, period. I don't care what school they go to. You're winning, you're losing, you're playing, and we should be supporting them because they're doing something positive. Then we shouldn't take the fun out of it by being diplomatic and political. Like, I hate that we do that. And a lot of times it is the adults who do it. The children, they understand sportsmanship. It is what it is. We did what we did. We won or we lost, and we going our way. They through with it tomorrow. How is it us? Why do these adults get stuck in child like banter? What you gonna say?
Crazy. It's like some of them like vicariously live through their kids.
Okay.
Like you didn't get there, so you trying to. It's weird. I'm gonna use that word again. Can we go back to weird?
No, that's what I was gonna say. I think, I don't know, because that generation of kids are a lot different from their parents and their grandparents. They,
for sure,
like you said, I think they understand sportsmanship. They understand like this is just a game. Some of their parents wanted to do that when they were growing up and just couldn't do it, and so they're projecting.
Okay, that is a perspective.
So, help me understand what's the expectation of what the city should have done for those other teams that they did for Parker, that they didn't do for the other people. What does it look like to do more? What do they want more to be done? What's that look like?
I don't know if it was a more. It was just like
the lights.
You turned the lights on the freeway purple, and white.
And on City Hall, you made that.
And City Hall, purple and white. Okay. And well, for Ramsey, right? That's 2 state titles. You never did that. And
after not having a football team for so long, does that make it?
I mean, that all of that plays a part.
Okay.
But again, 2 things can be true. We always, right or wrong. And so, but then when I started seeing Winona, who went back to back with the flag and thing, it's like you're not treating them, and those are girls. So it's like you're not treating everybody fairly when it comes to the support from a city standpoint.
Okay.
But here's the difference, and this is what people really have to understand. Parker's AD and their marketing and their branding is freaking top notch.
Like this is we
so they do a lot of their own creation and video creation and things of that nature, and they're sending that. You got to get your weight up. Other schools, like, is your AD doing that? Because I know Moss is doing it.
But you know what I was gonna say? I actually seen people on social media advocating for them and asking the mayor. I literally saw somebody make a post and say, if they win or when they win, light it up purple or whatever. And I think that has a lot to do with it. They were advocating for them. I mean, they have a really good, they love their school and they support them.
Simple as that, right? Like if you ask, you shall receive to a degree, but then even a parade. So I remember and let's go to another level of like political involvement. Birmingham is this, like, and I always say it's this big. So like everybody has gone to one of these spaces, or some people have gone to all the schools in the city, and they have love and allegiance to whatever it is, even those who are in administration. That's how that goes. So if I'm proud to be a part of something, y'all gonna know it. Classic Con, we turning this black and gold. That's what we're doing. But then in the city of Birmingham, the Stallions won 3 times. They've won 3 times. And I was saying the same thing because I was a supporter. Where's the parade?
Yes.
Like, this is UFL. This is Fox, and people are here and they watching, and they just won, and that was it.
Nope.
Nothing happened. Nothing has happened yet.
Yeah, that part. And I think it's a real thing. Like, I think the city can do better.
Okay.
Right? But at the same time, don't punish the kids because the city is not doing it equitably. I don't know, but it's a difference. That game was in Birmingham.
Right.
To be clear.
Let's be clear.
So to be clear, if the city had switched the lights to a different color, there would be no criticisms.
Yeah. I think that would be.
If they switched,
like, there's no undertones of how they support, like showing up for the school.
That's what I saw. That was the main thread.
Something.
994-8949. Was it just the lights, or is it the principle? Is it a little bit deeper? We're saying that it's just the lights, but I don't know that we are as passionate about. What
if it's just the lights? In my head, I'm thinking, was somebody not on the shift?
No,
was the budget different this month?
It's other stuff. It runs deep.
But that's the piece where I don't have the lore because I'm from a little small boondocks town down there by Georgia. And I'm trying to understand what's going on, so it's like I'm reading the stuff that's happening, and I'm like,
what are y'all talking about?
This got to be deep.
You guys, what
for
is
it to be this much, right? But if it's just lights, that's a little weird.
I mean,
the city hall, but I'll say this, I don't mind sharing this part.
Area.
Okay, a few years, this was maybe 16.
Okay.
Parker and Ramsey made the state playoffs, baseball. But I saw Parker at City Hall. I was watching it live, and I was like, man, this bull. Like my boy, the head coach over there, they in it too. And it was so when I did it, I had a conversation with the person who advocates their program. He was like, bro, I promote and advocate.
That's just
get y'all weight up. And you know what? You're right, brother. My bad. I wish I can go back and delete. Because again, if you don't advocate for you,
who else will?
Who else gonna advocate for you?
Okay.
Right.
9948949. Like I want to hear the people that it's got to be more than lights. Like you know, I don't know who tell. So I will say, last year when when Ramsey went to the playoffs, no, it was a championship. We went to the championship. We went to Alabama. We went down to Alabama, over to Alabama, and we watched the game there, and we supported them until the end. Like we did that, and it was a great time. I don't recall any of the other stuff. I don't recall any of that, but I know that we were happy and excited about it. And that was what mattered. Now, when somebody sets the precedent and says, you know what, so from now on, since this has happened, sometimes things have to happen first for it to keep going. Since this has happened, we're going to always do this for our schools, period. We're going to start doing this for our schools. This was a historical win. They hadn't been since 1980.
Yeah.
That's, how many years is that?
40,
whatever this
44?
is. Yeah.
Like 40 something.
Wow.
1980. Other schools have had an opportunity. Some schools haven't gone at all. So it just kind of is what it is. So now that the momentum is going and the intensity is built, next football season, hopefully somebody else will get a chance to go and we'll get some lights.
Yeah, I agree.
Just simple as that.
Sometimes things have to be pointed out, though.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say two things could be true.
It's okay.
But I will say this in defense of Birmingham City School, as far as a district, because I've been approached. Like, they created a whole under the light system to do just that. Like, say they stream the games.
Yeah.
They go to all the high school games. They do basketball and football from the vantage point. And I can even speak to this because we created a podcast. My best friend, Lavert Andrews, and myself, we created a Birmingham Let's Talk sports page. Okay. Well, we went to all the cities, schools, all the games, as much as we could. We were split up just to highlight, because we didn't have the under the lights at the time. So during the pandemic, you know, we're going to each school. We're awarding their star players. We're keeping up with the stats. And that was created because when you compare what we're doing over here to what's going on over there, we got a whole lot of positive going on over here too. Athletes and in the classroom. So, you know, I remember a kid, Jonathan Allen, who went on to D1. You know, some of them kids from Parker, we recognize. So the city did, the district did do that. Like, come on, let's be real.
Things have to be done. Yeah, let's take this phone call, then we'll come back in here. Hello, you're with Vital, the show. You got comments? You telling us about the lights or what?
Hey, y'all. This Auntie Pam.
Hey, Auntie.
Listen. I went to Parker, so I'm not even being partial. But I just have a question. Is this about the same lights that they was mad at the mayor for putting up in the beginning? These same lights.
I don't know about the same lights, because City Hall that would be different. But yeah, on the freeway. Yeah, them same lights, Auntie Pam.
The City Walk lights.
So the lights that y'all didn't want up in the beginning, y'all mad now that the lights was purple.
Yeah.
That what they mad about.
When I say Birmingham, gonna Birmingham, they gonna Birmingham. You hear me?
I mean,
and then the fact that we're making a comparison, like the Reverend said, them folks went down there and asked Randall, and Randall said yes. Now, 1 minute, y'all, like Randall, you can't win in Birmingham, so just do what you gonna do. But one thing I know for sure, y'all gonna get up off of A.H. Parker High School.
All right, Auntie Pam.
Pam has spoken.
She said what she said.
I mean, and then when alumni speak, it's like, okay, right?
Alumni has spoken, honey. It's done and over with. If y'all didn't advocate, if y'all didn't ask, like you said, it's impossible to encounter anybody in Birmingham, Alabama, without at least one family member that went to Parker. Parker alumni runs deep. That's just period.
Okay.
And so if they went and made a request and the request was granted, I don't understand how anybody could be mad about that.
I don't either, but
yeah. But Birmingham on Birmingham.
Look, Auntie Pam, we getting ready for Christmas. Have you already started planning and calling around yet? Because we got to hear from you soon.
Oh yeah, I done already called. We going to I'm organizing a trip to Gatlinburg, and everybody ain't gonna be able to go because some folks ain't got no money in Keno.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, we cannot wait to get you back.
Yeah, we going to Gatlinburg right now. We got about 50 people on the list. But my cousin Janice, not my cousin, she having problems getting transportation now, and my sister trying to figure out how to get her son. He's 40-some years old, but he got an ankle monitor on. So she's trying to figure out how to get the ankle monitor. She gonna leave her husband here because he don't go nowhere, no way. So she was trying to see if she leave him with the ankle monitor and bring her son.
Oh,
they ain't riding with me though.
Okay, Auntie, we'll see you soon. Okay. Yeah, Auntie Pam.
Man,
yeah, I
love it.
I can't wait to hear what's happening for Christmas with the family, like all the cousins and all that. But so like everybody has cousins, grandparents, aunties, uncles that went to Parker, and there's
Carver.
Yeah, kind of sort of. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Comment right here. Maybe I'm wrong, but for alumni weekends, didn't they change the lights to represent each school?
Mm-hmm.
If so, no screen favoritism, right? Carrie, I think you're right.
They did.
Because all those up under that thing get chases at some point or somewhere down there where you can see them.
I don't know if that's the same comparison though. That's like apples and oranges.
I mean, we showed everybody love. Hey.
For the high school,
I just think
but I'm talking about when you're talking about the kids, to me that takes a difference.
Okay.
To me, it's the kids. I don't care about the alumni piece. I get it. My wife went to Parker, so.
But did okay. Yeah. Okay. The children didn't speak.
Yeah,
specifically about the lights, though. They spoke about the lights. I thought the children were spoke about the fanfare.
The kids from several schools, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's when it got. That's when I was like, okay,
yeah.
Oh, they
going back and forth and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha,
So
mine was laughing.
But a lot of it was Ramsey. I will emphasize that a lot of it was the Ramsey alums because most of them had graduated, but a lot of them played. And I remember very vividly when they won the 16. I remember their coach, who happens to be one of my frat brothers, like, we put on for the city. We did this for Birmingham. He said that in his little cry speech right there on the field, like, what a mighty God we serve. This for Birmingham.
That's what's up.
But they don't feel like they got Birmingham love. That's them. That's their feeling.
But do y'all feel like this could be the start to something new? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be kind of like bridging the gap.
And 16 was 8 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm saying like,
but they did win in 20.
And if it's making this much noise, if it's making this much noise, maybe this would be something that he does moving forward.
Yeah, it's a precedent.
I concur, and that's what I'm saying. But if you don't ask him, does he know to?
Right.
So that now there's a problem. That's how policy happens. Now it's a problem. Now you fix it. That's what leaders do.
To criticize the government, it would be that we advocated and didn't get the same thing that somebody that advocated as well got.
Right.
So I guess the conversation should be, what does it look like, young kids, because the kids are involved in it. After you graduate, what does advocacy for your school look like? What does advocacy for the school in the city look like for things that you want? And how do we create a system in which we advocate it? Because what you're saying is like Parker run deep. Yeah. They got people that advocate. They got programs and departments that advocate. Then what does it look like to start building those out now? And then once those things are built, if you're requesting those things and those things still don't look the same, then now it's time you can criticize.
Okay. So moral of the story is advocacy and support is year round. It's not just when somebody else does something or, it's been set now. One more call on this topic, then we're moving into the Trump story. Caller, you're in with the show. What's your question, comment, thoughts, or feelings?
Just a comment.
Okay.
So happy and for Parker. I'm not a graduate of Parker, but I'm happy for him. I'm from the Birmingham Public School System, years ago, graduate, and I think they have just thought to do the lights. I don't know. But I think it's fine for others to bring it out that they weren't treated the same. I think it's fine to do that. But let this be the beginning of the light thing or whatever, recognition, and make sure that you're consistent and you treat all schools the same. Treat them equally. My husband and I have a grandson at Parker and a granddaughter at Ramsey, and they're both doing well in both places, and we're just thankful for that. So congratulations, Thunder and Heard.
Awesome. Thank you for calling. Thanks for listening. 994-8949 is the number if you want to get in on the conversation. If you are alumni, if you just are somebody that was down by Protective and was like, they packing it out more than UAB. If that's you, call in.
What about the goalpost, man?
Let's end with that. Let's end with that. So they wanted to take the goalpost back to Park.
We're gonna take it to Smithfield.
Right down the street. But they were already announcing during the game that no, you're not.
You saw the sign
Do not
on the billboard.
Man, look, don't come on this field.
Hey, we're gonna deal with you if you get on this field.
Cool.
You'll be like, y'all ain't taking our goalpost, cuz.
I mean, we just turned your stadium up because what? So
but the crowd was amazing.
Yeah. And I will say this, when it's freezing and I don't have to, it would take a lot, I watched it though. Thanks to Christopher Clark for going live. Chris had a steady hand. I said, boy, all right. One more call. Call you in with the show. What you got?
Oh, yes. This is Tracy Murray, and I was calling reference to about the life, and I'm an alumni at A.H. Parker High School.
See?
And
Hey, Tracy.
I'd like to say hello to little cousin. I own Subs and Grubs, and he came out and did a video, and I would forever be so grateful for him coming out because it put us on the map.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you, little cousin.
Love y'all.
What's up, Tracy? This is Jonathan.
Awesome.
And surely, when he comes in to get a muffaletta sandwich or whatever the person should choose to get on the menu, that sandwich would look the same as if any other person came out. So that's why I put on the note.
Okay, Tracy. I hear where you going with it, Tracy. Y'all don't play with us. Don't. So, Ladarius, we gonna give you a special plate. No, I want the one that he had.
Yeah, it's everybody. We got anybody coming there gonna get that same sandwich. And so if you check us out, you will see that people are saying the same thing I'm telling you right now. That just, and they're just on business. And again, on the alumni, yes, I agree with you guys totally. It is, it was the first Black school here. So of course you're gonna have it's got a lot of history. But I like what little cousin said. Maybe this can be something that's new. And, it's the first time for everything, right? And so there was the first time that had happened, not because the mayor thought to do it. It was because we were advocates behind it and promoting. So it's showing us how to, get our skills up to par if we have not. In those areas, because we don't all know it all, right? And so we see someone do it better, right? And then we just learn from it, and knowledge is powerful. I mean, everybody can't go in the store and have the content that little cousin has, or to be able to speak on the radio station like you guys does. And so everybody have a different talent,
Look,
and
cousin,
everybody
hold on. Where's the restaurant? Let me play some more music before we get out of here.
We're right here in center point of Old Spring Road and Florentine Drive. We're directly behind Huffman High School.
That's where I went. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, you should come check us out.
I'm gonna pull up, and I better get the same sandwich. I'm going to watch the video just so I can be sure.
Get her the cousin treatment, please.
The cousin treatment.
And guess what? Everybody come through that door is cousin because they're gonna get that. And I even advertise with you guys with my daycare.
Yay!
Chris told me I'm Tracy Murray, and you guys just left me a message for the coming up year so that I can renew and do that again. And so I'm all about trying to keep it in the business, within ourselves. And so, however, sometimes we have to go out because we don't act right? Yeah. But I've had great reviews, with you guys and experience. So
well, thank you
again,
so much.
I just wanted to call in and give my thoughts on that. And I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Indeed.
And you all have a great night and enjoy and have a great Merry Christmas as well.
You too. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, we got to pull up. All right. So that's that on that part. We've seen several people talking about it, and now we know when you know better, you do better. If you don't do better, you get dragged. Because Birmingham does that. They will do it. They do it. It's like they enjoy it. And we always say Birmingham is like not a real place or whatever, but I will tell you this one thing about your scope of reference, most of us have not lived somewhere else and been involved immensely like we are in Birmingham. This is home. So like, the people and the players and the politics and the places, all of that. So it makes it different. But I promise you, if you go over to Atlanta, they doing the same thing. You go down to Tallahassee, they doing the same thing. Go up to Jersey, doing the same thing. It's just more people doing it, which makes it a little better. Okay. Before we get out of here for this hour, wait. Yeah, I heard Jay-Z right there. So, Jay-Z. Found what I want to play for this. No, I don't want to play
happy
that.
I got off live just in time.
What, you think he finna pull up on there?
Nah, we get canceled.
Here we go. So, I'm going to just go with something like this before we go to the next hour. Breaking news today was that Jay-Z has been named in one of the Diddy lawsuits. I guess, like, for those of you listening who, a lot of news only lasts. This is my theory that news lasts 3 days. After 3 days, like, folks forget, until something else breaks. Mm-hmm. This is a big break. Mm-hmm. For one, they worship Beyonce. Jay-Z is Beyonce's husband. And they have children. And the allegation is that Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly raped a 13-year-old female after the MTV Music Awards at an after party. Now, when we come back in our second hour, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the president-elect, Donald Trump. How y'all been feeling about Trump? He been acting better to y'all, or no?
He been quiet, right? Lately.
How's he working?
He can make a very problematic decision and standing on problematic business to stand on.
Standing on problematic business. He's been doing that. What else has been happening? United Healthcare's exec murdered in broad daylight, and there's some weird details with that. Kind of strange to follow. There was a lady missing that decided to go over to Mexico. I didn't want y'all to know. I wanted to get off the grid, and you all are looking for me, and I don't want you to look for me. That happened. What else happened over the week? We've been gone for a minute. What did you all see?
Over the week.
What, national or local?
We're everywhere.
Local, we have some professional car thieves. Mm-hmm. Be careful. They are stealing your car from your driveway.
That's your driveway.
With the wrecker.
All right, so that's happening. That's local. I'm going to tell you about an experience and about some concerns or some things that I think that could be done better when it comes to those type situations. And I'm going to refer to it as crime scene courtesy and etiquette.
I like that.
Got to talk about that. So we'll do all of that in just a few minutes. Anything else happened over the week that you all might want to chat about? 994-8949. You can also post it in the comments and let us know what you've been seeing, what's been happening. If you've been scrolling social, what's been there? Have you been thinking about anything that you want us to discuss? You want to talk about it? Talk it out with your radio fam. We are here for it. It says about 418 of you are listening right now on the app. So hit us up. Let us know what you're hearing, and let's chat about it. We want to know what's been going on in the world. And we'll be right back in just a few. You're listening to the show on V94.9 WATV. We'll be right back.
In the morning, JJ from the set. 2 P.
Part
of the Love and Laughter Tour, starring Stokely and Raheem Devon. Saturday, February 15th at the Boutwell.
You equipped to like anything in particular for you?
More than the main one. I mean, I can get some insight to some of the appointments that's wrong.
Hour number 2, V94.9 WATV. It's the show. I am Lady Wu. Got my guys in the building too. And welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We have had a robust top hour. The first hour was really good. Talking about a lot of things. Well, not really a lot of things, just a lot of talk about a few things. But in this hour, we're going to talk about some things that maybe you have seen and wanted to chat about. So the number is 994-8949, 994-8949. So, first things first, we are getting closer and closer to the inauguration of the new president and the exit stage left of our current president and vice president, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I have heard nothing about Kamala Harris at all since the election.
Except for vacation.
I ain't even hear that. Where did she go? She was out there with you?
Too.
Huh?
I would have took one too if I was.
Man, a long one probably wouldn't come back. Like, I ain't got 3 more weeks. I'm taking PTO. Get out of here. So I hadn't heard anything. Now I will start with this. Uncle Joe.
No.
What?
Uncle Joe did.
What?
He pardoned his son.
I was just about to say that.
I'm sorry.
That was the only thing, right? That was a big thing, but like, why is it such a big thing? I'm pardoning mine too. But they said it's a big thing because he said that he would not do it.
Yeah.
So
he did.
I said it, and I changed my mind. Pardon.
And did.
Now what?
Yeah,
I don't pardon everybody. Because I mean,
yeah, why not?
Y'all acting like this, playing games with real life. So I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna go in there and pardon. Who in there that we want out? Who y'all want to be pardoned? Locally, nationally, any prisoners of war y'all want out? Free my cousin. Who else?
I'm trying to think
who in there.
Who in there need to come on out?
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
You're not gonna
you want to get R. Kelly out? I mean, like maybe put him in a program or something.
Hey, maybe some restorative justice.
You hear me?
I'm just saying, if he got out, you know.
Not did it though, but R. Kelly, maybe. Okay.
Not did it did way too much.
Oh, boy, did about it.
Both of them did way too much, honestly. You know, I feel like I don't really want to free nobody, even not my family. If you did it, then.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Pardons, like I said. Hold on, let's do this. Somebody calling. Hold on. Hello. Caller. Yes. Hey.
Hi. I want them to free the political prisoners, man.
Oh, free the political prisoners. What else, Sheree?
What happened?
How are you?
Not the government. Who they?
It's whoa. So look, when you speak about that though, like any particulars, because people seem to forget about people who have been incarcerated and wrongfully accused, or like just some racial, like it's a plot ploy to put these people away. So I know we've had brothers and sisters who die in prison for just being who they were and who they are. Remind us of some people that may be incarcerated that need to be pardoned.
So between the Black Liberation Movement with the Panthers, we got a lot of Panthers still behind bars, and I'm talking from the original formation to the new Black Panther Party formation.
Okay.
And so, whereas, we worked to free Matulu, where we worked to free Mumia, and we worked to free Imam Jamil Amin, and still many of them are perishing behind enemy lines. And you have so many, I wanted to be happy that
that they let Big Meech out, but I'm still reminded of the people who really didn't do nothing but fight for Black liberation,
Wow.
who are
Yeah.
still sitting there, and no shade, and I don't want none of the none of the street tribes to come after me. I'm glad the brother's free.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he did for me what the political prisoners did.
Agreed.
What and even just beyond the Black Panthers. We don't gotta go Black liberation. You can stick to civil rights. There's some people still locked up behind some civil rightsness. Oh, okay. So before we even get to the modern day, I'm not naive to the fact that there are a lot of people who have loved ones that are locked up. But think about it. If you wouldn't want them watching your kids, you might not need to say "free my cousin."
Whoa. Thank you so much for that call. Thank you for bringing that insight to the conversation. So when you think about who deserves to be pardoned and hey, I got this many days left, you're getting out, you're getting out, you're getting cleared, you're getting out. I think that's a great place to start. Thank you for calling in with that. So guys, jump in. Like, I'm freeing my son. Like, no, you're not going to serve the time. And then, shoot, hey, what's your thoughts?
I mean, in line with what she was saying, we got people like Assata Shakur who've been in Cuba under political asylum for so long. I don't think at this point you want to come. Like, why would you want to come back to America at that point after you build a life somewhere else? But like, realistically, there's a lot of people over there who would, like she said, were just fighting for black rights.
Yeah, Black liberation.
And they got a short end of the stick. But the thing is, politicians can pardon folks every year. They ain't thought about doing none of this.
Well, got a comment over there on YouTube from my boy Daryl. He says, "Hello, everyone. What about the woman who was given a very lenient sentence for taking over, what that is, 300, what is that? 300,000 from the Catholic Church?" I think, it was very lenient. We'll look into that story and share thoughts on that. But I think she just got off and she didn't need to be pardoned. But one thing that Donald Trump said is that, no, I will not pardon myself because I didn't do anything wrong.
That's what he said?
That's what he said. And I guess he means to any of it. I didn't do anything wrong. Not the election outcome and the way my people did that. I ain't do nothing to nobody. I ain't bother these women. I ain't do nothing wrong. So I don't have to pardon myself. The political witch hunt on those who have disagreed with him and bothered him. What is he supposedly going to find out about them or go after? I'm still trying to figure that out. What are you going to? He said that he's not concerned about that right now. That's what he said. But for that to even be a thing, so he had the guy that was going to be the attorney general, I think, Patel, is that his name? And
it's my Gates.
No,
Cash Patel.
Yeah. This man wrote a whole children's book about Trump as a king. I said, "Oh,
FBI director.
This is really, this is creepy." But nevertheless, this is they're Trump loyalists. So when I'm loyal to you, like we said before we went to our long break before the holiday, you're gonna put me somewhere. You're gonna give me a job, even if I'm not qualified, because I'm your partner. And if I'm in any type of trouble, you're gonna get me off because I'm your partner.
Facts.
Okay. Y'all don't like that idea? Like that? Will we not act that way if we were in there?
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at that part. Anybody else ain't mad at that? Because I wish we had people that was loyal like that.
It's a crazy loyalty. Like, dang, I can do anything.
Hey.
And as long as I don't do the wrong thing, as long as I don't disagree with you, okay, cool. I'll take the job.
That's right.
That's crazy though.
It is weird, but
no, I'm not capable, but I'll take it because you.
I want to see what that look like. What that look like?
You finna find out when you get in here.
He said, "Man,
it's crazy."
I think it's preposterous that all of this outrage is going on about him pardoning his son, and he just saying he finna pardon everybody from January 6th. When he get in there, he pardoned everybody that was doing all kind of nonsense with him the first time he left.
Yeah.
My issue with the Democratic Party in this context is that, like, I feel like the Democratic Party governs off of the morals that people should have.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can govern like that. Republicans don't care. They don't care. It's not an equal battle.
They too worried about banning TikTok.
But oh yeah, you might.
Ooh.
Not the so yeah, the influencer. And we remember when that first came up, the influencers were saying like some of us actually make a living off of TikTok. This is what we do. It's getting closer, right? January 25th, I think. And
19th, I think.
Oh, the 19th. Eddie, what you gonna do? Because you love you some TikTok.
I don't know.
Now come back to Facebook. So that's
Instagram Reels algorithm is better than TikTok. They're better than Facebook algorithm. It's just that random nature of the virality. Like Instagram, the issue with TikTok is that the algorithm is chef's kiss. Somehow it show me everything I want to see.
Yeah. Okay.
Facebook does that horribly.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I
used to be great.
I was watching. I'm just scrolling through my reels on Facebook, and it's a dog fighting a raccoon in the water. I ain't order that. I don't want to see that. You know.
Okay. So, but this is political. This is how much, when people say I don't do politics, but you do. Even TikTok is a huge political piece. So you talk about pardons, you talk about social media, you talk about the educational system and states having the overarching power when it comes to education, human health, and human services systems being bothered. He said he's not going to bother Social Security. Everybody was concerned about that. He's going to bother that. He's like, no, I'm not. People are going to get what they get, and I'm not going to bother that. So he did say that. And he also said that he was not going to, I'm not conceding 2020. I didn't lose.
He just saying stuff. He just saying what he think people want to hear at the moment.
You think so?
The Republican agenda always been to get rid of a lot of these programs, Social Security included. He just get on TV and say whatever he want to say.
So you think these things are going to be a part of the agenda?
I mean, he could believe what he's saying is the truth. But there's a lot of people that operate up under him that have a different agenda than he got.
Man, like a real agenda. Some people have a real agenda. And I think my viewpoint on the whole Trump administration is that these are my friends. We're rich, and we don't even have you people problems. We don't even have an idea of what you experience on a day-to-day basis. So we're not even concerned about that. But we are going to minimize governmental spending, and these are things you should be happy about. He said that he loves the people that didn't vote for him. I love them too. He said that this morning. So
he have to, because the last thing he said about them was that he'll use the military against them if they disagree with him.
Lord.
He got he do this a lot. He say one thing, he talk outside of his face and talk out the other side of his face. He just whatever sound good at the moment. I
told y'all he like a populist. Wherever he at, that's what he entertaining. He's an entertainer, man. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. But some of that he's going to do because he promised it. Now that say what you want, but I like that. Because if you promise it, just at least try. A lot of them make promises and never even tried. So at least try to do it. He said he was going to do a wall. He tried. It didn't work, but he tried. So I think a lot of people, look past the other stuff when you say, okay, I'm going to try to do this. Okay, cool. I think I agree with that. Now, some of it is way left and some of it's way right. But I don't think he's not dancing to a red or a blue beat.
He says that he's dancing to the Republican Party beat because that's who's going to vote for him as far as the Senate and the House, right? Like I need to say this,
but
I'm dancing to my own drum.
He had already told you about what he said about the Republican Party. He just danced because the Democrats was different.
You know what? Whether it's consistency or dependability or following through what you say you're going to do, I still can't give somebody credit about being, consistent about doing something that's problematic.
Okay.
I can't look at it like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, he said he's gonna do these problematic things.
Now, let me see you try.
I still don't think it's respectable.
No, it's nothing. I mean, and so I was watching the interview as a journalist, and just he's annoying to me. I hate to see his mouth moving. It's ugly how he does it. That bothers me. The way he overtalks before you can finish answering a question that he feels like he has to defend. We're just talking, relax. And nobody ever does that to him. So I would love to do that. And he still had the campaigning tone. He was still talking about his rallies and this and that, and Joe could only bring 30 and we're past that part. So now that the United States is in your hands, and as he said, I have the right. I don't even know what it was about, but he said he had whatever it is, I have the right because I'm the chief law enforcement. Donald Trump as a chief law enforcement officer, again, is scary to me. He said, whatever it is, I'm not interested in that. Right now, I'm focused on this. So do you all really feel like the world is going to feel different after January? What day it is? What day? I keep wanting to say January 6th because that's the traditional day of Discord. What day is the inauguration?
Should be like the third Monday.
So whatever day that is.
Should be around Martin Luther King's birthday.
Oh my goodness. Do you all feel like the world is going to feel different? Is the United States going to feel different? Tariffs are about to start happening. He says that things may be a little bit higher, just a little bit.
Some of this stuff is still going to need congressional approval to do. I don't think tariffs is something he going to just like, boom, executive order. He could probably going to do immigration executive orders, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't think the world is going to look different immediately. I think what we're going to find out immediately is what stopgaps our government has to stop somebody who is trying to consolidate power. I think that's what we're going to see first. Like, who is really, like, what Republicans are going to stop this outlandish stuff that they don't even agree with that they're doing, but they did vote for him? And what can Democrats do when they don't have none of the branches?
We just gonna be nice.
Right-leaning Supreme Court. We gonna find out what this look like. Who's really trying to save America, or does America just trickle over into fascism? Does it trickle over into whatever something that we can't even control it becoming?
We just gonna watch your videos and go eat. Just be happy. Go eat. Go get a drink.
Hey, yeah, I agree with you. Some of it is congressional approval, but a lot of it is executive orders. So, I think prices are going to go up. I think the Department of Education is on life support. I think immigration is going to happen, which is going to also contribute to prices. I wouldn't be surprised we have a recession. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. I don't
like what?
Because it's just,
I don't know how quickly we're going to see the shifts. I mean, a lot of people are already seeing the shifts in terms of a lot of businesses that's cutting bonuses. It's like, no, we got to get ready for these tariffs, and they don't know that they're coming. But it's the same. They don't know the speed at which they're coming, but this is a really good scapegoat to not give out extra money that they would be giving, and to cut hours and to do a bunch of stuff that businesses be wanting to do anyway, but don't have a justifiable reason to do it. Well, this is perfect reason.
But I tell you one thing.
That's what's happening.
They are happy. They are happy about it.
They salivating. They can't eat. They can't even control themselves.
That 29% cut looking real good to them right now.
Like Blue Cross Blue Shield was like, we ain't even finna pay for anesthesia for the whole surgery no more.
They are not.
But before all this shift and all that stuff happened, they salivating. They just waiting to make these massive changes. All of these companies just dropped all their DEI initiatives.
Yeah.
Now,
Walmart had pledged $50 million over the course of 10 years to an organization for Black initiatives, and we ain't got to do that no more.
And so, and so they were boycotted on Black Friday. The Roebuck location of Walmart here in Birmingham was supposed to be boycotted.
How did that go?
I have no clue because I didn't hear anything else about it.
Okay.
And then there was one location. And that is my point all the time. Like, if we're going to do it, we got to do it. Like, do it. Like, okay, we need everybody. And we can't go to Walmart anywhere. Like, we're not going to go. We're going to stop going. If DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, if any of that matters to you and you feel like though that program or that protection really made a difference, we got to really push that, right? Like, okay, you take it out of this, you take it out, you decide that, hey, we don't have to spend $50 million. Why are we going to spend it? And yeah, I get it. But do you replace it with something, or do you say we don't need that because we already do something? Like, let's talk about it.
Listen,
I'm with you with that.
Do not fall for this Love Jones commercial that Walmart put out. Walmart eliminated their DEI initiative and then put out a Love Jones commercial. Got Neil Long and Lorenz Tate, lovey-doveying it up because it's like, we got to get them somehow.
And then they have like a Marvin Gaye song.
Yeah. Don't let that old nostalgia catch you slipping, because make no mistake, all of these DEI initiatives have been to retain whatever base they have for whatever culture that the DEI is impacting. For the African American culture, they want Black people to shop in the store.
Absolutely.
And so we got to figure out something else. So yes, they gonna have a campaign of how can we get Black people back that don't cost us $50 million.
Yeah, they got my boy right here. Marketing 101.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, we
don't got me.
Look, cousin, when you come to Walmart and Coleman and do
what?
Hey,
give me some DEI money. So that's how it looks when you talk about Walmart. But then you talk about educational systems, you talk about universities and the funding and the departments. You had whole departments to go away at certain institutions because, like Eddie said, we no longer have to satisfy that ask of DEI.
Mhm.
So, what does that say to people? I don't even know if people understand
DEI. They don't.
DEI or why
Don't. What
they
is that?
didn't understand affirmative act. None of that. Like, first of all, the fact that they even have to exist should be almost insulting. This shouldn't have to exist.
Yeah.
But since it does, you're gonna do it.
So do we
should do
still
it.
need them? I can see both sides. Do we still need these programs? Do we still need them? Or the fact that they were put in place and they take them back? You get what I'm saying? Like,
do we still need
them?
DEI programs, or do we just need to hold people accountable and sue they when they don't act right?
That's what I'm talking about. Do we still need them?
Give me that 50. How much was it? 50 million?
50 million.
Yep, I'm gonna sue you for 50 million.
Are
If
you
don't
gonna
let me
put
get
that in other places?
That advancement. I got 3 degrees. And you gonna tell me you gonna give it to Becky over here that just got a GED? Oh, I'm suing you for 50 million. Give me all the DEI.
The fact that they were put in place tells me that I don't trust them.
Oh, because somebody had to do it to try to cover some, right?
Even with the Department of Education, you're gonna take that away. I don't trust you to do the right thing in the first place. It was put in place for a reason.
Oh my goodness. 994-8949, 994-8949 is the number.
KJ.
Caller, you're in with the show. What you got?
How you all doing, first of all?
We're great. How are you? Your boy got his sexy voice on tonight, don't it?
Nah. First of all, Park High School, congratulations to them young men.
Yes, sir.
And to the other high schools, we don't need to dismiss their complaints.
Okay.
I agree.
I'll tell you why. Because we are the problem.
Okay.
When I'm talking about the older black people, we still holding loyal to the past, or holding grudges to the past, or showing favoritism. That's a better word to use. We showing favoritism. All right, the black kids at Ramsey go through the same thing the black kids at Parker do. All because Parker's a historical black high school, we shouldn't show them favorites. We should support Parker like we support Ramsey. Support Ramsey like we support Parker. Okay, it's no longer black and white. We as people need to get rid of that whole mentality. Now that leads into DEI. Before we get into DEI, let me ask you a question. Affirmative action. Who did it help the most?
White women.
Yeah, we know it was designed to help, but okay.
White women benefited. Yeah.
Well, actually, it did not help white women the most. It helped the racist white society who implemented it to do what exactly it did. That was destroy black families.
Okay.
Because what you did is you made black women a double minority, or women of color a double minority. And right behind that 1968 act that was passed, in 1970, we see the explosion of black men going to prison. So now you take the men out the house and you empower women. So when the men come back into society, they no longer have any power or even say so.
Okay.
So we really have to look deeper into things. Okay. This DEI, which is just extension of affirmative action, the best protection for your job or for your business is performing. If you perform, you're going to be protected. Second of all, God has protected us through everything, from slavery to Jim Crow, segregation. He has protected us. So why do we need these laws that are designed, and not designed to help us? When we look deeper into them, they're designed to destroy us. Why do we feel like we still need to hold on to these laws?
Okay. All right.
But otherwise,
so do you not feel that our kids benefited from Brown v. Board 1 and 2? Do you not feel that our kids did not benefit from the 1975 education legislation that gives them additional time and resources for those who have disabilities? Do you not feel that we don't benefit from having jobs, not look at the application and throw it in the garbage can because I can tell who's writing it? I think those things put in place were put in place for a reason. If they were not happening, they wouldn't have taken place. That's how policy is formulated, right? So the fact that affirmative action even had to be a thing is a real thing. When you take it away, is it still a real thing? Because you can't legislate hearts.
No, you can't legislate heart, but what you can do, you can implement conduct. And what we have been doing, what we have been, is socially engineered through centuries. Our conduct, and you see that prevalent now in our culture, which is decaying at the very fabric. Somebody talked about what Eddie said, the Democratic Party and their morals. They don't have any morals. That's the problem.
Who doesn't?
But the Democratic Party don't have any morals.
And
they don't
neither
have any
does
morals.
the Republican Party.
Well, you're right. Neither does the Republican Party. And as a matter of fact, if we say that, the American culture no longer has any more morals. So we, as a people, we have gotten away. I remember my grandmother used to tell me, "Well, you can't do what they do," and she was talking about the other folks. You can't do what they do. You know what I'm saying? You because they do it, don't mean you can do it. So, but let's go back and say we have legislation that feel good. Mm-hmm. It feels good, right? We got this pass and we got this protection. Oh, I would hate to say this. I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. God is a jealous God.
Okay.
The same thing you feel like it's protecting you is gonna come a day when it can't protect you. Like I said, performance. Sears and Roebuck was a black-owned place, and it was created in the heart of Jim Crow. Mm-hmm. But when we got freedom to shop when we want to shop, Sears and Roebuck actually went away. It was one of the businesses that closed because we stopped shopping at Sears and Roebuck. We can say what segregation was to us, but we also say what integration is to us. Then we can see lack of financial freedom through integration that we had in segregation.
Okay. Yeah, 9948949 is the number. So he was making some good points there. Want to keep us going, keep us on track. Thoughts, feelings? Where you pick it apart?
Well, I kind of said them as he was going.
Okay.
I think we get too caught up in bubbles. You look at red, you look at blue, and so pull back and just come back and say, okay, do either one of them have morals right now? If I tell you I'm not going to do something and I do something, I just lied to you.
So you lack integrity.
You're a liar, right?
Okay.
If I say there's no way that this person should nominate a Supreme Court justice, and then I turn around and do the same thing 2 years later, you're a hypocrite. So when we talk about morals, man, neither one of them have morals, right? To me, but when it comes to the acts and to the voting rights and civil rights and things of that nature that was put in place because they would not do that, although it was already in the books, that's a problem. Okay. For me.
Well, for me, I just have a problem with putting both of these groups in the same category.
Okay.
When we say, okay, neither one of them have morals. Now, what I said was they govern with the morals that they think people should have, not what makes effective governing. And so I think that nobody in leadership should deal with their own morality up there as they do, but that's what they do. They operate based off of the morality that the people think that the government should govern with. So while Trump is nominating people who got sexual assault and is standing on business of them still being in there, the Democrats been ousting people who had the lightest allegations of that stuff for some time. So we can't just sit here and say that these two groups are the same. One is advocating for people who are overtly problematic, and the other one is what was his name? Franken. Mm-hmm. They, as soon as that picture came out of him inappropriately touching that person, he gone. And they do that all the time. The Democratic Party do that all the time. Whether they have the morals or not, they at least have the propensity to hold people accountable for those moral expectations that our society has come to have, where one of them don't. So to say that neither one of them have morals, we got to zoom in and see what one side look like on their immorality and what one side look like on their immorality. And if you do that, there's going to be some stark differences that you have to acknowledge in that situation.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, then that's kind of what it is. Like when you have people that don't identify with I'm an individual person, and most of my political views may align with the Democratic Party, but I have morals, I have values. So when you talk about a collective party having morals or values, I can't say all Republicans don't have more. We can't do that. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. 994-8949 is the number. Your thoughts and feelings on that. How do y'all feel about his act on immigration? He said he pissed off with the Dreamers, and they got to get out of here. I mean, they got to go. They got to get out of here. I'm tired of taking care of them. You know.
Let me say one more thing on the call.
Go ahead.
There is no point in my Black American existence that I will ever say that we are not owed a debt from the wound that was opened up on our society that has never been tended to.
Okay.
I will never be the one that say we ain't owed something. So affirmative action, if the intention of affirmative action was to figure out how to catch that thing up and it lost its way or lost its effectiveness at some point, we have not been paid back.
So that's this reparations or something, some sort of something.
We have not been paid back. And so all this stuff that system has tried to do has been little bitty markers of what can be given back disingenuously.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does it genuinely look like for somebody to be considerate of that? And what's happening is this administration is saying not only do we not care, we're going to roll back
the clock,
legislation, the clock, a bunch of stuff that's going to make it very difficult for anybody in the future to even create a system that looks like that.
Oh, so when you think about the filling voids, and if this is something, if affirmative action, any program, just look at any type of system that's been created to rectify an issue or eradicate some type of negative treatment of a group or whatever it may be. Something was created to do that. And then we decide that, hey, we don't need that anymore because of what it cost us. I'm a firm believer in teaching people how to treat you. So what does that look like? Eddie, you just asked the question of, or made the statement that we have not been repaid and that they don't see it as a value because they don't know what it's like. They have no clue. So how do we start to tell them? The first way to tell them would have been to have leadership that reflects some of our beliefs and values. We failed on that part. So then what? How do we structure some type of ask or some type of this is what we require? I think that's done politically too. We basically have given that away, right?
If I have to give credence to the call, it is we have to figure out how to produce our own metric of success in America. Being that system having they thumbprint on the pulse of our existence is not sustainable for us. Never have been. And this moment is showing that they can just wave the magic wand and all of these organizations drop all of their Black initiatives just like that. We can't depend on
all
that.
All of the funding, federal funding.
But I'm not willing to dismiss whatever support anybody has tried to give. I just feel like as a community, that system has also conditioned us to lean on it so much that it has become probably somewhat of a crutch. But I do think that that's necessary. We can't get ourselves out of the quicksand that somebody else put under our driveway or put out in there in front of us. Somebody else did that. At some point, you got to have a hand to be pulled out. And while I do think that the Democratic Party probably isn't disingenuous in most of what they do, they have done some things that represent actions that if we hold them accountable, which they have been held accountable for some, and they actually have tried to do the things. So I don't know. That's just my piece following up on that call.
Okay.
That's just my piece following up on that call. It's a lot more words, but
it gets deep because it's like, we are here. You said earlier about being in 2024, like we are this far away from 1960 anything.
And it's still.
And it's pretty much like it has only it looks different. It just looks different. Yeah. It's a little bit more hip.
Well, I mean, when the South lost, they didn't say, well, I guess we better get with the new ideals. They said we were about to become leadership so we can change this stuff. Our ideals didn't change. We just figured out how to get into power so that we can shift some stuff.
Okay. So that may be the key.
Great granddaddy who is in politics now was tripping about Black folks.
Yeah. Let me throw this number out and see if y'all catch it. DEI, right?
Uh-huh.
Affirmative action. We know what it was for. We know what it produced, right? We're looking at the fruit of that.
Yeah.
To today, there have been 13 United States senators in 200 plus years that have been African American. 13. Let that sit in.
Only 13?
13 in the U.S. Senate.
Okay. Sounds
So
small.
is that diversity, or is it? Will we say we still got a way to go?
I mean, it's a representation of how affirmative action and DEI only work in systems that they are comfortable with it working in.
That's what I'm saying. We got a long way to go. Go back to your question. It's 2024. We just got to 13. It was stuck at 10. 2 women, and Kamala is one of them.
And that's why I'm saying,
wow,
double minority, right?
And for me, that's why I'm saying we can't accept affirmative action going away and just be okay with whatever justification we make for it being gone, when it being there at least was a step that still need to be stepped up from, versus it going away and steps are being stepped down from progress that still needs to be made. I can't accept being okay with things being wiped away and then saying, well, it never helped us anyway, or God protected us the whole time through everything.
Yeah, because then that brings about a whole, like that part right there did bring a whole nother topic, right? Because protected, my ancestors were slaves, like that.
We got cultural PTSD.
Yeah, like this is a whole thing.
Like there's leftover effects from what happened.
Like slavery, protection.
Yeah.
That kind of.
It depends on what you call protection.
Hot topic. That's a tough one.
That's a whole nother segment. But I'll say this though, to your point, I think what's needed. I think the boycott idea is the step, but all boycotts have an end result. What's the end game? And so just to do it for the doing it, I don't think that's the way to go. I think you need direction. I think you need planning. I think you need organization. And what's the end goal? What do we want to see happen? Right? Because they didn't just march for nothing. Everything was staged, planned, and organized, right? Some of it was genuine, authentic in the moment, but 90% of that, the bus boycott, that was staged, right? That was a real staged event. And the end goal, did they win? They did, right? So I don't know what the collective is, but I do know one thing. Our dollar speaks volumes, and they know that. And if we're going to make any kind of impact, which is what they did back during that time, it has to be economics. It's the economic piece. They understand the dollar. They don't understand your complaint.
Okay. All right. 994-8949. They understand the dollar. They do not understand your complaint. Definitely understanding the dollar, because we are dealing with billionaires, trillionaires, and zillionaires who don't even identify with you. Yeah, Elon Musk. Who he finna be? What he doing? He ain't the VP, because I ain't heard nothing about the VP, man.
He has a created position.
Yeah. All right.
When Vance came out standing on business about them Haitians eating cats, they silenced him. We ain't heard from him since that conversation. They was like, he's just not effective for campaigning. He wasn't effective for the campaign.
Wow. So will we hear from him anymore? Is he gonna be?
We don't hear from. Well, I mean, as much as we hear from any vice president, like people talking about Kamala Harris as the vice president should have been stopping Biden from doing stuff, but can't tell us what Pence did.
It doesn't matter. He went against me. But the Elon Musk thing. So like this, he's the one that's looking at the governmental spending and how, he was so excited and how much money he put into it. I'm wondering, for you to be that excited about anything, what are you going to get out of it?
200 million? What is something like that? He put some dollars out there. He paid for his position, Cole.
That's crazy. Like,
and for them to not be elected positions.
No.
Him and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
For them two to be heading up that department and they weren't elected, and for Vivek Ramaswamy to get on there and say the people asked for it, and I'm getting tired of that, because they keep saying that the people asked for this. But the reality is they're hiding whatever they want to do behind the idea that, okay, because we got voted for, we can do whatever we want to do. And we can just say that the people asked for it. But like, if you didn't campaign for it, nobody asked for it. Like, what would the campaign look like if they said, hey, during the campaign, we're going to create this department that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to take over, that's going to target governmental spending. Not to mention,
bring the budget down.
Elon Musk has a ton of governmental contracts right now. So that same conflict of interest that we were figuring out if it existed or not for Donald Trump before he became the president, he just got to choose somebody on the side.
It's in your face, yeah.
They're finna get some double dipping. But they did
Oh.
campaign on it. They just silenced the part about the campaign. It's in the book. Did you read 2025?
He said he didn't even read 2025.
Lies.
Lied about it.
Everything
didn't read it,
everything
y'all.
that's happened. You look at that. You look at those appointments. Everything that has happened is straight textbook 2025.
And for me, that go back into okay. Biden said he was gonna do some stuff, did some stuff, didn't get to it, but he didn't straight out bold face lie and say I don't even know these people. But actually, not only do I know these people, I support their product.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
Zooming in. If you zoom out, okay, they all trash.
Yeah.
If you like,
in the Trumpster.
I just don't think we have the luxury of not zooming in to determine who at least potential allies are, or who people who are so caught up in the political landscape that they're willing to at least play ball with another culture's needs in order for them to be able to keep that power. And I feel like that's what the Democratic Party is doing. And I think that can be used by us instead of, fought against because it's not genuine enough for us.
So let me ask you this.
Wow.
I'm gonna ask you this. Do you not think that them not telling the truth and being forthright about Biden and his capacity hurt to where we at now right now? Because they lied. And then when everybody saw it for the first time, everybody was like, he can't win nothing.
When are you talking about the lie, like the running
starting from January? Oh, he's in good. I mean, they made it seem like everybody saw the TikToks and the video, like this man getting off the plane in Wonderland, and so you had you've had young leadership. You've got some good people in the party.
Look, I'm about to start writing letters right now.
So
hey, I need you to.
And they were saying that they were getting silenced because the old heads were like, "Hey, we got this." And they didn't have it.
To that point, don't we we see that in most institutions and
church, school,
we see that everywhere where people don't look, this is what we see. This is what I'm telling you. This is what's happening. We can't compete this way because you're not capable of competing with what's happening in the world right now. Donald Trump may not be, but his loyalists understand, it's something that they understand enough to say, you know what? Okay, we don't really do that. Hakeem Jeffries just said a few weeks ago, yeah, I do feel like we waited a little bit too late. I do. And I'm wondering, okay, so if he said that alone, or what was the bigger conversation? I sent you out somebody else that I think was speaking on that in a way that I really appreciated.
Van Jones, AOC.
What's his name? Let me find that message. I can't think about what his name is right now. But anyway, there was another person that I'm like, okay, so these are the people that we should have been pushing up for something. Like most people that are not politically inclined and not involved in these conversations don't even know who these other people are. All they know is the ones that everybody talks about. But there are people behind the scenes who should have been, I don't know. You say they were silenced.
Yeah.
I don't think more time
go
made
back.
a difference.
It made a big difference.
I don't think
remember this. Biden was supposed to run one term. You're supposed to be a one and done. His age was a problem in the first time.
Okay.
He said he was going to run one time, but when the Congress flipped in 22, he said, "Oh shoot, I got this." Because of course Congress flipped. He had some people to work with. He can get some of the things wanted, and he decided to run again. And the people were like, "But you said you didn't," and they didn't want to make him look bad and shame him until they had to make him look bad and shame him. What should have happened? A lot of people felt this way was. There was no process. They felt like it was just given to her, like she didn't earn it. And so when you have a lot of people in the party have spoken out, AOC even spoken out before, they didn't really want Kamala. And it was like Biden just threw out here like, hey, since y'all want me out, here you go. They didn't have a pick. They didn't have any kind of process. And so fast forward, if you start in January and give her the time to campaign, just her, give her the time to campaign honestly from January to now versus 100 days. Look, if you looked at the last few numbers, it's not a blowout. We originally thought it was a blowout. The popular vote is pretty close. It's pretty close. It wasn't a blowout, slam bam, but she just didn't have time. The time mattered. Now, whether people would have voted for her or not, I don't know. But what I am saying is it's hard to campaign for the president in 100 days. It's hard.
Black and white, young and old, male and female. We're looking at all these different issues. And I don't know that any days would have made a difference. Because these are the issues. Young people, old people, gay people, straight people, Christians, Jews. Like we have all of these differences where we always go back and forth, and we have nothing that really unites us. Not really. Like even now that she lost, and we're going back to Trump, we don't have an agenda. We still don't have a common fight. There's nobody to be loyal to. There's none of that. Like
we have some young talent, bro.
We just still outside.
You know what I'm saying? You could probably call 2 names. We got some young talent that would have ran circles around all of that.
The reason, if you were asking whether it made a difference before Biden ran for president, then I would say yes.
Okay.
But if we're talking about giving Kamala more time, if y'all watch the Pod Save America podcast that has the Kamala campaign on it, what it sounds like is that there were a lot of Biden loyalists that did not want to deviate from what Biden's presidency looked like in Kamala's campaign. And so
facts.
Not only that, but they had people knocking on the doors of Republicans. And I just don't think that's the strategy. To me, what kind of time are you wasting? To me, that strategy of trying to gain more Republicans ostracize the left that end up being the problem. And so that's why I think I don't know that the time makes that big of a difference, even from January, because the political strategy that they had was just problematic. It was just flawed.
Yeah.
Because so when Trump's campaign started talking about, immigration, instead of going in the opposite direction, they said, well, we gonna do some stuff too. It's like they were following behind the trail that Republicans were leading to prove that we are not that close to them morally, but as far as the issues that America want, we can do what they do better than they can do it, instead of saying that's the wrong way. We need to do something over here. But what I said before is that I'm afraid that she wasn't going to be able to differentiate what her policies would be from Biden's policies, because if she did, then it would give too much stuff to criticize the current administration about. That's what ended up happening. I don't know if time would have made it. That's all I'm saying. I don't.
So shoulda, woulda, coulda at this point, because we in the Trumpster. We dove into Trumpster. We in here.
Well, the reason that's still a conversation is because if the Democratic Party still think that being a Democrat gonna have to be center moderate somewhere around in that's just not gonna happen. The Republicans just gonna win next time again. If those strategies are like, this is a moment for the Democrats to learn that we got to do something different.
Yeah, we should already know who, like you just said, there's some young talent, and to be able to call them by name. We all are in our own lanes doing our own thing on a daily basis. Do you have somebody that you already want to be the president 4 years from now?
Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm. Because it's just right. It's just a general, right?
Not as of right now, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
See, so like, Eddie, you got somebody like, this is who I think it should be, or this is somebody who I think we should really start paying attention to.
I'm not really. Not realistic.
We're gonna be right back in the same thing. What you think, Ed?
Yeah, the governor of Pennsylvania has got a real shot.
Is that who I said?
Probably Gavin Newsom.
Gavin, yeah.
And he kind of cute too.
Now, he a problem for California for them housing. The housing situation they got going on is because of the decisions he making out there. But I think if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be him.
I agree. Those are two of the young minds. But like I'm saying,
so y'all don't even like Jeffries?
Jeffries ain't got the cachet.
What? He gives me Obama vibes. And
he do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been very aggressive in his political career.
I'll take
we
Warnock.
Don't want aggressive?
I'll take Warnock over Jeffries.
A preacher? Maybe.
Balancing out what I want and what is realistic is like kind of what's going on in my head. Like,
you got Donald Trump, Eddie. Anything is realistic at this point.
I don't know. Not for the Democratic Party. Not for the Democratic Party.
So we need to take on that mindset that we could get anybody.
Republicans can get anybody because they are all willing. They all willing to sing in unison.
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter what the song is.
They need to stick together. The Democratic Party.
We always have rehearsal. We know our parts. We don't know nothing.
They fight behind the scenes. We fight in public. That's a big problem for me. Mm-hmm. And when I say we, I'm talking about the vast majority of people who go blue. They fight in public. And the Republicans, you very, very seldom see them do that. But behind scenes, you see it and you hear it. But it's so many factions in the Democratic Party that you don't know if you want to go Bernie progressive. You don't know if you want to go with the
Cornel West.
Yeah,
Independent.
It's a do they have a collective anymore? Like
no,
because this one was all about abortion and it went wrong.
Well, the Republican Party was disjointed like that until Trump came along. Everybody just got on board. When you had a Tea Party and you had the conservative, like there was so many different groups in the Republicans, but now all of them just got on board
and they kept losing.
So what I am hearing is
they kept losing.
We have to have a rebel rouser. We have to get somebody that's going to come in here and say, "Hey guys, I'm here."
A change agent. That's what revolution is about. That's what Obama was, right?
Yeah.
They looked at him as change.
Yeah. And he took the torch and ran with it. But you all are telling me you don't know anybody that can do that. So it takes me back to the generational divide. Like at first you would say Oprah, you would say, it's either up there. But then when you talk about people that are over here or down here, Warnock, Newsom. That's all y'all said. That's all we got.
The governor of Pennsylvania is sharp. He's very sharp. He's very sharp. I can't think of the name because if I hadn't said it, I would have said it.
Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, a lot of people wanted Michelle. A lot of people actually wanted Michelle to run.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's one name that would have been close.
Okay.
But the way y'all did her hubby, she ain't trying to do that.
Yeah, like this, my whole life has changed forever. And no, you're not about to, no. I'll pass. So I need us to be thinking about that. That's what I want everybody to think about this week. We could do what we want. You see it being done right now. You can really do whatever you want. We can have whoever we like. I didn't know that Dr. Oz had done any surgeries or had any patients ever until I watched the documentary. I needed to know. So, okay. So he really was somebody's doctor. Cool. So maybe he does have some insight into this. Maybe. Then somebody else I looked up. I was like, okay, so maybe they might. So you can be as wild as you want. We can say we want TD Jakes. we want Pastor. Give me one of these other ones. Pastor Kia. We want give me an influencer that'll be good. Who's a good influencer? Tabitha Brown.
Keith Lee.
Right.
Okay.
And who else? Keith Lee can be over food USDA.
Yeah.
Who else? Good people. They appear to be good people that people would rally behind. Any sports figures? Not really. Oh.
Shannon Sharp. I don't know. I don't think he got
nah.
Who?
Shannon Sharp.
Give me. I take Prime for that one.
Okay.
Man, give me Nick Saban. Let's go.
Okay. Maybe we don't know where he stands, but I like Prime. Okay.
Like that?
I like that a little bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another one. I want to think about some women that are like leading. Somebody said Jasmine Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say, but last time I said not right now. I said, well, how about do something else first? I was talking to Randall Woodfin. I was like, well, city council, because I like, get in there, see what you like first. But some people have already started talking about Jasmine Crockett because they're also talking about Candace Owens on the other side.
Yeah. Crockett's
weird.
She's phenomenal.
Okay.
I just think this time, I don't know, maybe.
That's what I just said, right?
Yeah.
See?
I don't know about this time.
So yeah, that's something to think about. Like start thinking now so that when we get back to this point in a minute, we'll already have some key concepts. We'll already have some people in place, some thoughts and some, some real work-based, evidence-based stuff to decide on. Like, hey, you got a lot of people who are capable and actually qualified that we don't even know. We don't even consider for whatever reason. I don't know why we're like that. Why are we like that? I stand around and watch people talk and they'll talk to the other people around me and I just be watching. Like, this is some interesting conversation you guys are having that I know everything about and you know nothing about, but you didn't ask me, so I'm not going to tell you. That happens a lot. Like, this is weird, but okay. And that's how you miss out on a lot of people that could serve in these spaces and change the world. But hey,
don't get opportunity.
Have at it.
Or do they make opportunity?
Or you make an opportunity. I have my own party. So who do you think? Why are we still waiting? 994-8949 is the number. Just kind of rapping about what's happening politically before it changes. I'm telling y'all, in just a few weeks when we start diving into Trumpster, it's gonna be stanky.
I think so.
Stanky, sticky, stupid. I'm telling you. I want y'all to get ready for that. Stanky, sticky, and stupid. For so many reasons. Any of the other political picks so far, Eddie, that you were just like, this makes no sense and it should not happen?
Cash Patel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Pete
Cash.
Hesketh. Marco Rubio. Mike Huckabee.
Oh, God.
That Rubio is.
I don't like Robert F. Kennedy. I don't like RFK.
I mean,
I don't like Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh, he don't like nobody. Okay. Who is that?
She ran for president. She kind of switched over from Democrat to Republican, became a hardliner on foreign policy. A lot of inconsistent with America policy, foreign policy ideas. So I don't know what she's gonna do as the head of whatever department she's head of.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you have a lot of switcheroos on there, and one brother, right?
Every HUD gonna be black. They every year HUD gonna be black.
Housing. Ooh.
Under a white administration, at least, because it was a surgeon last time. Ben Carson.
Yep.
This man do surgery. What he know about housing?
He's black. Put him in there. Man, y'all.
But I do. If it's a moment for our government, if it's very inefficient and it's time to figure out how to restructure it, maybe this will break it, and maybe we can start over from somewhere.
Maybe if
I just don't like the idea of this being a loyalist competition to where he just got people that's loyal to him, and none of these people know what they're doing in these departments, because is he going to require them to do enough reading and research to actually know what they organizing? He don't do it. Why would he make them do it?
See, this is the funny part, and this is what a lot of people don't know. You've already seen it done because that's what Biden did.
But they're qualified and capable people.
They ain't running nothing.
Okay.
What do you mean?
We got 4 minutes. You got to break this down real quick.
Real quick. Biden got a lot of people that are loyalists.
Yeah.
But they're not running the show he is.
He don't need to be there. They say he be asleep, right?
Biden took a page out of FDR book.
Okay.
FDR, which is, I believe, is what Trump is doing. They took a page out of FDR book. I'm hiring you, but what you gonna do what I say do?
So what? Okay, so
or does not
I'm not trying to hear your
that?
expertise. I got my plan on what the executive branch gonna look like, and we
but
okay.
So
then.
saying I won't hear your expertise, but an expert being in the position is different than a Fox News host being the Secretary of Defense.
Right.
I get you all that,
but you still don't respect.
You can put anybody
expertise.
in that position, right? If I'm gonna run it the way I want to run it.
Yeah, I just said Kendra Lamar. So subject matter experts that doesn't matter, because I am, like he said.
I think it matters.
But
I think it matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I'm saying you've already seen what this looked like.
Well, what I'm saying is, did he implement loyalists, or did he tell the people that were the professionals that we just gonna do it my way? That's two different things to me.
I totally agree.
A lot of them are loyalists.
Well, are they lawyers because they loyalists, or did he choose them as loyalists by putting out the person that came before them and was like, "Hey, you're done." The way that he's done every single one of these.
He didn't have turnover in his cabinet. Look at it. Those people been there. They rolled out. And they understood the assignment.
What I need to understand from you is what you think the differences are then in what this structure.
What that look like? It's different.
It's very different. These people are.
I mean, I've seen it before. FDR did the same.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do that for a few minutes off air. If you want to have that conversation, hang around. Probably like 2 minutes.
When we got 2 minutes.
One on air.
Hey, everybody. If you know anyone that is affected by gun violence, the Ladarius Hilliard 3rd annual toy drive for those impacted and affected by gun violence. Get at me. DM me. I need to get those toys to those babies. Also, check out the Mercy Deliverance Ministries, the mobile grocery store coming to areas near you. Food is at wholesale costs. It's clean, it's organized, and it's for your area. So I wanted to make sure I shot those out real quick.
And we will share those on our social media this week. Y'all have a good week. Keep watching mine. Got some stuff to tell you. Hang around for that. I'll be back tomorrow at noon for Lady Woo's Midday Fun Shui right here on the V. Y'all be vital. Have a good night.
Everybody said we need to go on later.
Need a what?
We should go on later.
Later? Like time wise?
That's a second or third. That's the third person that has said something about like we compete with Sunday football.